Hey Toronto, this is Arby with the Love Project at Love Camp 2010 at Camp White Pine, and we're with Twinkle.
It's Twinkle Rudberg, and I am the founder of Love. You've asked me to tell my story as to how Love began. It was because of an issue I had of violence in my life where my husband witnessed a purse snatching by a 14-year-old boy, and he decided to help the lady whose purse had been snatched. And then after doing that, he chased the boy. And the boy had a knife and killed Dan on the spot. It took me many years to look at this boy and where he came from and why was he there. And he had run away from the States. He had joined a gang. He was on drugs. They stole money to feed their drug habit. And the proliferation of youth violence, I looked at 20 years after this happened, and I said, hey, wait a minute, nothing's changed. That's when I decided to start an organization that would take youth who don't have a voice, who are isolated, some of them, and frustrated, and have no outlet for their creativity, and give them that voice, and then train them as leaders to go out and make a difference to other youth around the world. So here we are. We're across Canada. We're in New York, Israel, and planning to just keep moving out and helping as many youth as we can to find the power that they deserve to have.
When you first started the organization, what was the hardest thing for you?
Strangely enough, it wasn't hard. I got together a group of incredible people from all different walks of life who were dedicated to do something for the youth of the world. And we moved on from there. And some very talented people like Brenda Prue, who's a journalist, and Stan Chase, who worked in photography. And we just put together storytelling through photography and journalism. And when I told my story to them, they were able to tell their stories to me, and everybody's got a story. And once you tell that story, you can take it out and share it with other people. Because there's always someone out there that has the same story. And if they can relate to someone who's had the story, then they can have a conversation and help get them through that and move away from being victimized by their story to being triumphant and doing something with that story.
When it first moved across Canada, how did that make you feel?
It felt wonderful because the Canadian government funded us to move across Canada, so they recognized the value of our work, of the outreach that we were doing through our books and our newspapers, and the outreach through our leaders, reaching many, 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 many kids in schools. And they recognized the value of the work that we were doing as Canadians, and they said, okay, we'll fund you to go across Canada. We're in BC and Ontario and Anglophone, Francophone Quebec and Halifax, and then we moved to New York, then we moved to Israel, and we have future plans.
Well, thank you, Twinkle, for this great time. Toronto, listen up. If you ever see the sign, you ever see the logo, just know what it's about.